Hey everybody, this is Micah. I'm one of the 20 boys on the Deal Chasers YouTube channel. We are now going to be calling our YouTube channel the 20Tube channel. And we're now branding the Deal Chaser idea as you're a deal chaser, I'm a deal chaser, and we're part of the Deal Chaser community. So I actually have a topic on business. This is actually a mindset topic that I've been doing myself. I sat down and I just wrote it out. So things that I wanted to talk about was any area of your life: body health, physical, that's physical health, health on eating, same thing. So eating better, body health, physical, workout, that is one category that I've been thinking in my mind I wanted to change my habits. 2, my relationship with my wife. I want to better that. I want that to only get better as I age and increase. And 3 was business. So I wrote down 4 things that how to approach business. So my focus right now is not health and it's not relationship. That is a separate page and a separate channel video. Let's talk about business because we're the 20 boys. We're going to talk about business. Okay. So what do you want to improve? So 1, what life is like now with your business, with your job, with you fill in the blank. And I wrote down some things is I'm not making the calls. I'm not showing up. I'm not consistent. I don't follow through, and I asked myself why. And I said I am not leading like I can lead, with love, conviction, passion, like a father or the spirit of a mother, that love and desire to help people. 2, write this down. What are the rituals that put me there? What are the actions that you've been doing for so long that they put you in that state? And it's not one big mistake that you make that gets you there. It is a bunch of little tiny choices that make you get where you're at. It's a bunch of little choices. So what I wrote down is I'm ignoring the things I need to face. I'm watching too many TV shows in a row. I'm totally into spending quality time with my wife, and I love watching certain shows with her, but I'm watching too many in a row. Instead of watching one and enjoying that, I watch 1, 2, 3 in a row, and there goes 2.5 hours, depending on, well, 2 hours depending on what shows I'm watching. And then my evening's gone, and I can't work. I can't work on things I need to work to change my life. I'm just acting like an employee. I'm getting off work and going home and watching TV. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. So 2, we talked about it. I'm just going to say it again. 1, what life is like now with that thing you want to change. And be honest with yourself. 2 is what are the rituals, that actions that put you there. Okay. Let me talk about 2 again. What are the rituals that put me there? Obviously ignoring the texts, the calls. I had a contact up north that was working with me. He wanted me to buy a lot more than I really wanted to buy, but and for some reason I didn't have the guts for some reason to tell him that's what I was just worried about. I could have just said, hey, listen, I can't buy 10 pallets. I just don't have the means, or I'm just me and my wife. I don't have the means, and my brother's in a different city, hours away. I don't have the means to take care of 10 pallets of returned items, even if it's a good deal. I just can't handle it, especially if he's like 4 or 5 hours away from where I live. I could have just said that to him, but I avoided him and I just ignored him. What was that? That could have been the answer to getting into a different industry and changing my life the way I really want to change it. So, not working in the morning, not working out in the morning, not having a healthy body actually is affecting my mindset and my physical being, my recovery I hurt and I don't recover fast enough. I'm getting older, and post car wreck, so it's a little more pain than normal, but still, if I worked out, I feel better. I know this. Not having boundaries to projects, not having boundaries, getting too much happening at once, not looking at my reason why I'm doing what I'm doing every day, not looking at why I do this. And being too soft. Personality-wise, I'm just too soft. I don't know when to say no. And that's hurt me. It's never been a benefit. It's never been good, guys. Being soft and not knowing your own value and your worth, it's never been a benefit. So, I avoid stress. And here's an example. What do I do? Write this down. What do I do when I'm faced with ... You fill it in, and here's what I said. The bills, being in debt, need to make that phone call, do my taxes. What makes me overwhelmed? I shut down. That's what I do. I shut down. And when I was sick, I shut down. And I used my sickness as an excuse not to do anything. And it's not healthy for my relationship with my wife. It's not healthy for anything. And I'm a very positive guy. I'm a very positive guy. What's that word? I'm an optimist. And if something hits me and gets me down, everybody's down around me. That's not healthy leadership. That's not being a friend or a good leader or a good husband. I lead them down that road, and it's not healthy. When depression hits me, I don't get depressed. I don't have the depression where I get depressed on my own mind, like, oh, I'm an idiot and I suck. I don't do that. But when oppression comes upon me, when things like this overwhelm me, I give into it by shutting down. You know, you could call that depression. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I choose to, well, maybe I have a delusion on that. I'm going to grow in that area maybe too. I'll think about that. I choose to shut down and give up. And the thing that really hit me was, I was thinking about, as I wrote down that third one, you know, what do I do when I'm faced with ... something overwhelming? I get overwhelmed. I remember when I was a kid, I was a phenomenal runner. I could run circles around people twice my age. I was phenomenal. I went to Junior Olympics. I got 21st in the nation. That's huge. Junior Olympics is a big deal. I was running against Kenyan 6'2" guys at age 12, and I wasn't even that tall. And I beat half of them. I got 21st in the nation. It was like 5-6 heats of different runs. The same race, that's how many people qualified for this. And prior to that, I had been running in a competing race. It wasn't going to affect me. It wasn't affecting me in a sense where I wasn't going to go to the next heat. But I was running, and I didn't really want to. This came back to me, and I was thinking, what caused me to just shut down when I'm overwhelmed? And I tripped. They had this really weird metal on the track, this asphalt track, really nice one. Not asphalt, tire graded track, rubber track. They had this weird metal on the inside of the track, this metal like railroad track going around it. I had no idea what that was for. And I stepped on that, fell, could have twisted my ankle, but it didn't. I could have got up and ran. I was a lap ahead of everybody. It wasn't about competing. It wasn't because I was losing. It wasn't here. And I just didn't want to run. I didn't want to run. I didn't feel like it. So I pretended like I twisted my ankle. This really hit me, guys. I found when I thought about this today. I pretended like I twisted my ankle. Everybody believed me, and they came over and carried me off and wrapped my ankle. And I remember thinking, I can pretend. I can just shut down, and if I get enough time between those phone calls I need to make, that order I need to complete, that thing, if I give enough time between it and me, I won't be responsible for it. It will just fade away. If I don't call that person back, that friend back, they'll just fade away. I don't have to be responsible for cultivating a relationship or getting that new business account by just being a little uncomfortable with it. Not, you know, and it has conditioned and affected me to this day that when I'm hit with something that overwhelms me, even if it's this little, if it in my mind I'm overwhelmed, I shut down and I avoid it. And sometimes it's the funniest thing. When I go back to it months later and I have the grace and honor of actually fixing it or doing it, most of the time, like 95% of the time, it was easier than I made it. It was so easy, and I just go, why did I do that? So that's what I wrote down. So that's crazy. So remember, we talked about 1, what life is like now with ... life, relationship, health, business. 2, What are the rituals or the routine that put me there? Write down in detail and be honest. And then I talked about what do I do when I'm faced with ... that overwhelms me ... bills, debt, business. What do I do? Write that down. That's not really one of the... Yeah, that is one of the 4s. No, that's not really one of the 4. That's just a separate little one. So that could actually be just a little side one that you need to write down. And then what do I want? What's your compelling vision? Write that down. What do you want? What's your compelling vision? What is your vision? Write it down. I want to be a multi-millionaire. I actually wrote down, I want to be a billionaire. I want to retire my parents. My mother and father-in-law, my mom, who's divorced from my dad, and my father and his wife. I want to leave an inheritance for my children. Levi will be my firstborn. I haven't figured out. God does, but I do. Serenity, my daughter, secondborn, and Corran, Corin, my lastborn son. I want to build a ministry center, a place for people to get healed that gets sucked in by religion. And religion really hurts people sometimes, and it doesn't even know it's doing it. I want to build a center where people can get literally helicoptered in from the airport from all around the world, and they can come to the center where they can get, not healing, not some weird, woo, spooky healing, not that, but a place to get away from that, and to actually find God in a relationship way, not a religious way. To be a friend of the Father, be a friend of God. So, I want to build my dream house with my wife. With a driveway, a long straight driveway where everybody driving up to has to see it. And it gets bigger and bigger, and it has a roundabout parking place with a fountain in the middle. With lavender all the way around the outside of the driveway, all the way down the driveway. And I actually want to build not a life size, but a pretty small bat cave. Just a hidden door, it opens up by the clock or by a piano key. I want that. I want that. So, 4, write this down. What are the rituals that will get you your compelling vision? Or my compelling vision? Say that. 4, what are the rituals that will get you your compelling vision? And this is what I wrote down. This is some ideas for you to write down. Change my daily habits. Eat lunch. Don't skip lunch and drink coffee instead. That's not healthy for you and your mind and your body. Work out in the morning. Go and do business constantly. Find a life coach. Highly recommend finding somebody who will keep you accountable outside of what you currently do. That will look in and help implement ideas and visions like I'm doing now, but someone who's consistently there on a weekly or daily one call a day. Listen, pay the $50 a week or the $150 a month. Whatever it costs you to have a life coach, it will drastically change your life. I don't have one. I need to get one. I have someone in mind for that. So he's been a mentor of mine in the past, and he got his life coaching license, and I've been thinking really hard about doing it. It's an expense, but it's well worth money. Okay, make the calls daily. I actually set a amount of calls. Do the 3-way calls with your business people. Make the calls. Do one-on-ones for business. Meeting new clients, new people for business. And for me, listen to, not motivation, but listen to coaches online. Listen to life coaches. You have the greatest tool. You're watching right now this video on one of the greatest tools in the world right now. That's called YouTube. We're so blessed to be a part of the YouTube channel, to be someone that adds value to it. And it adds so much more value to us than we add to it. Trust me, you guys watching your videos has inspired us to change. And in fact, your videos, a lot of your videos, we watch them, and they just changed our lives. Things that we would have never even thought of doing years ago. Okay. And every morning, set the mind. Play chemistry with your mind and your body by working out. Play chemistry with your mind and your body by listening to something. I wouldn't say the word positive, because I'm not trying to go motivation, but positive, something that's going to feed your mind, something that's going to add value to you and not take it away. And you know, and finish a priority list. That's what I wrote down. Of things categories I need to work with. One being the most important, that I visit every day. Priority number 2, the list of 2s, would be something I visit every week. Maybe every month. Every week. And then 3s would be something that I maybe visit once a month. So, 1 priority section on the list, 1, 2, and 3. 1 being things I visit every day, that are important, my wife, my businesses, eating, working out. 2 being less as important, but friendships, family, people that are outside of your home. Visit every week. Make sure you connect with them and make that call. And 3, things that are not that important. Maybe you talk to them once a month. Maybe visit it once a month. Those things will get thrown away. So, this is going to be on 2 channels. I'm going to update it on our new channel, the Minute Mentor, over down here somewhere. There'll be a link. And if you guys want to, work with us as we grow into individuals who change our minds and our habits, we're going to have a channel called the 1 Minute Mentor. It is just a 1 minute of nuggets. I'm sure the videos are going to be a little longer than 1 minute, but as we grow, we're going to get the topics down better. This has already been 16 minutes. Thank you for taking the time listening to it. So you'll see this. Like and subscribe somewhere over here, and just tell us what you think in the comments, and hopefully that will add. There it goes. Hopefully this will change some things for your life, and it will add value and affect you in a positive way. We love you. You are a deal chaser in our hearts, and a life chaser and a life changer, and we are part of that world with you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for listening to what's happening in my life. Hopefully I get to hear what's happening in yours. See you later. Bye.